So the first one we'll go through, let me bring this one up. We've got in order, it's going to be grass. Have you guys done this one before, Justin?
Nah.
Grass? Okay, good. Okay, so pretty basic. Grass, G, stands for get with the right people. Cool. And this applies to not just sales, but everything like that. So, have you heard of that? Your net worth is your network. Yeah. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
So be aware of that. Be conscious of that. And like if you have people that are friends or family that are not necessarily adding to your life, just be conscious of how much time you spend around them. That's all. Like you don't want to be. I don't like this thing about like cutting people out of your life, but especially if it's like friends from when you grew up and family. But just be conscious of how much time you spend with people that kind of get into your negative mindset, or cut you down a few pegs, or that kind of thing. So really important that you get with the right people. For you guys in this building, it means networking. So write down networking at this point as well. Like you need to be talking to people that are like try and talk to everyone, like anyone in the building. There's a couple of guys sitting in that office just over there. They're so low key you'd never know, but they're absolute weapons in the field. Just that small office. There's Melody. You guys met Melody? She'd come over here. She's just, you see her through the window on the left there. Oh yeah, through that window. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then TJ, you can see at the back with the scruffy hair, the sunnies on. Yeah. And there's another guy, Sam. He's the older fella. But there's also a guy called Liam.
Oh, who's the scruffy?
At the very back, TJ.
Oh yeah.
At the very with the sunnies on his head.
Yeah.
And a mo and a shirt and a check shirt.
Yeah.
There's also another guy called Liam. I can't see. I think he might be in there. He's behind the wall, but
I'm pretty sure I was on.
yeah. So like try and talk to those guys because they're absolute weapons, man. Like all those guys are thanks to the sales they're doing. They'll make 100K this year.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking crazy.
Wait, when did they start it?
Miller and all of them are like newish. Miller's the newest out of those ones. The
Yeah.
rest of them might have been around for like I think maybe like 6 months to a year, but
And they're making 100K.
They will if they do the sales they're doing now, yeah.
Oh, shoot.
So I wouldn't go and say like, like I heard you're making 100K this year.
Oh, no.
But just be like, hey, I heard you're doing a lot of sales.
Yeah.
Mark said I should go and speak to you because you guys are doing so well. Do you have any tips or like how was it for you when you got started, or what were some of the things you keep yourself motivated with, and like you'll notice yourselves, you have to be self-aware of like things that you often do that trip you up. So for me, I used to be like overthinking and then not being enthusiastic enough. Sometimes I try too hard and I'm like too serious and I'll forget to smile. So I used to write those down on my, how you track your numbers old school with a piece of paper?
Yeah.
We usually use the app. I don't know if you've been using that or not, but so you can't do this on an app. But on the piece of paper, we used to have these literally, I'm trying to find them for you anyway, but we printed out, had like all the hours on it. At the bottom, it would say, be enthusiastic and build rapport. Because if I did those, that's because I made that fucking piece of paper. And on that piece of paper it says, pre-printed, be enthusiastic and build rapport, because those are the 2 things I have to work on. So you guys will know what your things you forget to do sometimes are that I get help you have a good day. And then maybe you want to ask people about them, like if it was me, I'd be like, hey, how do you stay enthusiastic all day? Or how do you keep your energy maintained? Or how do you not lose your attitude? Or what are some games you play to have fun? Or how do you break up your day into smaller goals? Like those are kind of questions you could ask for any of those guys. Cool? Okay, next one is responsibilities. The spell's grass, okay? Responsibilities. Cool. What are your responsibilities? So this one, we've been a bit slack on, to be honest. I think a lot of people could probably improve on this. So just have a little checklist before you leave the office. So ID badge, iPad, bib, podium, rather than getting like 20 minutes away and going, oh shit, I forgot this and this and this. So what I used to try and do is once you guys know the setups, just try and get the fuck out of there as quick as you can. But when you get to the car, whether it's you or driving with someone else, just pause for like 30 seconds and have a little think and go through your list. Like, oh shit, I forgot to, you know what I mean? And make sure you got pitch cards. Like we've got brand new half-finished pitch cards in my office that I don't think anyone realizes. We've got them there, they're just sitting on the floor. And people are using these tattered old pieces of shit in the field. I've got like 20 pitch cards, you just ask me for one, boom, brand new one. So do you guys want a new one? After this, let's go get one after this. Okay, I'm gonna give one each.
Mm.
For whoever you're working with, whatever podium, you're gonna put it in there.
Okay.
And if you got a shitty one, put it in the bin then, like if it's a tattered old one, get rid of it. Don't just chuck them out willy-nilly, but if it's really like average, just chuck it away. So make sure you're on time in the mornings, obviously. You guys are pretty good at that. Make sure your work ethic is consistent. The problem is, and I'm just preempting this, you're gonna work with some people who won't have a great work ethic. So you have to be like, I don't care what you're doing today, I'm hitting my goals, I'm working hard all day, cool? More responsibilities means more growth for you. So just so you know, with responsibilities, if you're working solo at a site or training a newer person, or working at a harder site, like it's a responsibility to go and prove a point, right? I used to try and it's hard sometimes if you're not feeling that confident in your own abilities, but I used to try and be like I'm the guy, I'm just gonna get a result no matter where I go, who I work with, I don't give a fuck. Send me anywhere, yeah, put me in the trenches, I'll make it work, cool? So responsibility is good. A is assume the role. Cool, or act as if, okay? So in terms of like your attitude, in terms of like how you dress, in terms of the kind of the conversations you have, or how you hold yourself, your presence around the office, like try and be fun to be around, you know, like act like you're a team leader before you're even a team leader. Have like a bit of a plan for your morning, like you should know based on the checklist on the wall, like out there, what things you need to tick off. So I should be able to go, hey Justin, where are you up to in your training? He's like, man, I have to do grasp today. Or if I don't do grasp, I've got to do the next one, which is 8 steps. So out of these 2, I've got to do one of them in the next 2 days. So that if I send a leader out to help coach you, so it might be like, hey Jack, can you grab Matthew today? And Jack's like, I don't know what he's up to, but that's okay, Matthew will know. I have to be like that confident that he'll know what he needs to do. He's like, oh fuck, I've got like these 3 things to tick off. Jack, can you do any of these 3 for me today? Because that's what I need to do. Jack will be like, yeah, sweet. Or you could be like, fuck, Mark ran grasp yesterday, but he did such a shit job, I don't really understand it. Can you recap that for me? Yeah? Or maybe I just need to go through objection handling one more time. Or maybe I just need to sharpen up my pitch. To be honest, Jack, I've got these checklist things to tick off, but I reckon my pitch could be better. Do you reckon you can help me go through some pitch stuff? Cool. And even if you want to self-coach, like you can, there's another way of assuming the role, you can film yourself doing a pitch. Have you ever done that before?
Oh yeah, I did it for my interview.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So literally get your phone, and it doesn't have to be in front of people, in an office like this or at home, set it up, you know, put it on record selfie mode, and just pitch a pretend person, and just watch how you stand, how you act, how you sound, all that shit. And you'll go back and you'll probably hate it. You'll be like,
I hate my voice.
Yeah, you probably will, but you get used to it a bit more. And just trying to think like, do I sound like someone that would be fun to talk to? Because if I don't, then I probably got to work on a few things. And it might be more body language, it might be like, maybe I'm too aggressive, maybe I'm too laid back, maybe I'm not enthusiastic enough. And when you think about enthusiasm, you've got to exaggerate it sometimes. Like if you think about like a TV presenter, you gotta be like so excited, man. And that'll come across like probably a lot less exciting as to how you think it's coming out of you. Yeah? Cool, okay, systems, next one. This is what you have to, I used to hate systems, man, it's so boring. But this is what you have to rely on when things aren't going your way. Systems is like what helps you succeed even when everything else is kind of shits hit the fan. So you need a structure. And examples like the 3-step sales pitch, right? We have a process we run through. We don't just try and randomly talk to someone and say, hey, do you want to sign up? We're like trying to build a relationship first, trying to qualify, talk about the presentation, before the close. There's a system for the iPad, there's a system once you're on the iPad, all that kind of stuff, right? So following the systems, even like with iPad training, do you guys feel like you can do the iPad yourself?
That's the anyone need to dial in.
Next for you?
Yeah.
Sweet. So we might try and get you doing a bit of that today. And like if I was a leader, I might even, or if I'm you and I'm working with like let's say Manny or Jack, I might say, hey, do you think I could do some of the iPad